What if I told you that a $2 combination sitting in your kitchen right now can permanently destroy mold? And the billion-dollar cleaning industry has been hiding this from you for decades? Yes, you heard that right. While you have been spending $30, $50, even $80 on fancy mold sprays that barely work, the real answer has always been right there under your nose. Big cleaning corporations know this secret. Their scientists know this secret. But they buried it. Because if you ever found out, you would never buy their products again. Today, I'm exposing everything. I am going to show you exactly what this $2 mixture is, why it works better than any product on the shelf, and the precise method to use it so the mold never, ever comes back. Stay until the end, because the last tip will shock you. Let me ask you something. Have you ever scrubbed a moldy bathroom wall for an entire hour, only to watch the black spots come crawling back 2 weeks later? Maybe it was your shower grout. Maybe it was that dark corner behind your washing machine. Maybe it was the ceiling above your bathtub that made you feel sick just looking at it. You're not alone. Millions of people deal with this exact nightmare every single day. And the worst part? You keep paying for it, over and over again. The average household spends between $200 and $600 per year on mold removal products. That is not a guess. That is real money leaving your pocket every year for products that do not actually solve the problem. They mask it. They cover it up for a few weeks. And the mold comes back. Stronger, darker, spreading further across your walls. And if the mold gets really bad, you call a professional. And that is where things get truly painful. Professional mold remediation services charge anywhere from $500 to $6,000, depending on the size of the area. A small bathroom, minimum $500. A damp basement, easily $2,000 or more. And guess what those professionals use when they get there? Basic chemistry, simple compounds, things you can buy for less than $2 total. They just charge you thousands for the labor and the knowledge that was deliberately kept from you. Think about the health side too. Mold is not just ugly. Black mold releases spores that attack your lungs, trigger allergies, cause chronic headaches, and can lead to serious respiratory problems in children and the elderly. Every day that mold sits on your walls is a day your family is breathing in something dangerous. You deserve a real solution, a permanent solution. And today, you are finally going to get one. Here is where it gets interesting. And a little bit ugly. Back in the 1950s and 1960s, household chemists and independent researchers already knew that simple oxidizing agents combined with mineral compounds could permanently break down mold at a cellular level. Studies were published, results were documented, the method worked, it was cheap, it was accessible to everyone. But then something happened. The post-war consumer economy exploded. Companies realized that a population hooked on buying branded products was far more profitable than a population that could solve its own problems. Chemical corporations, the same ones who today own the household cleaning brands lining every supermarket shelf, began lobbying research institutions and funding studies that pointed people toward complex branded solutions. They did not want you using 2 ingredients from your pantry. They wanted you dependent on a product with their logo on it. What I am about to show you was quietly buried under decades of aggressive marketing and corporate influence. They spent millions keeping this quiet. Millions on advertising campaigns that made you feel like mold was some terrifying monster that only their patented formula could defeat. They hired scientists to create complicated sounding ingredients on labels, things you cannot pronounce, specifically to make you feel like you could not solve this problem yourself. Only 1% of people know this. And those who do, they never spend a single dollar on commercial mold sprays again. Former professional cleaners who left the industry have spoken about this. Independent chemists who studied basic antimicrobial reactions have confirmed it. The mechanism is real. The science is solid. And it has been sitting in plain sight for over 60 years while corporations counted their profits. You're watching this for a reason, so pay attention, because what comes next changes everything. The solution is hydrogen peroxide and salt. That is it. 2 things. Hydrogen peroxide, a standard 3% solution you can find in any pharmacy for around $1.50, and plain table salt, or sea salt, which costs less than 50 cents for what you need. Together, these 2 ingredients create something powerful enough to not just kill mold on the surface, but destroy it at the root. Here is the simple science behind why this works. Hydrogen peroxide is a natural oxidizing agent. When it comes into contact with mold, it releases oxygen molecules at a rapid rate. That burst of oxygen tears apart the cell walls of the mold organism. The mold does not just get bleached or suppressed. It gets structurally destroyed at a biological level. The cells rupture. The root system, called hyphae, gets penetrated and broken down. This is why mold does not come back the way it does after you use regular cleaning sprays. Now add salt to that equation. Salt is hygroscopic, meaning it draws moisture out of everything it touches. Mold needs moisture to survive, grow, and reproduce. When salt is combined with a hydrogen peroxide solution and applied to a mold-affected surface, the salt dehydrates the environment at a microscopic level. It strips away the conditions that mold needs to return. The hydrogen peroxide kills what is there right now. The salt ensures it cannot come back. Professional remediation companies charge between $300 and $1,500 for a single bathroom treatment. You're going to do the exact same thing, arguably more effectively, for under $2, the price of a single mold spray bottle from a supermarket. And unlike those sprays, which are mostly water, surfactants, and fragrance with a tiny percentage of active ingredient, this mixture is pure action. No fillers, no fragrance designed to make you think something is clean when it is not. Just chemistry that actually works. Are you ready to see exactly how to do this? First, gather what you need. You need one standard 3% hydrogen peroxide solution, the brown bottle from any pharmacy. You need half a teaspoon of fine salt, either table salt or sea salt. Both work equally well. You need a clean spray bottle, an old toothbrush or a stiff bristled brush, a pair of rubber gloves, and a dry cloth. That is everything. Do not use hydrogen peroxide stronger than 3% for this method. Higher concentrations can damage surfaces and irritate skin. Stick to 3%. This is important. Then before you apply anything, dry the moldy surface as much as possible. Use a dry cloth or paper towels to remove any excess moisture from the area. Mold loves wet surfaces, and applying your mixture to a soaking wet wall simply dilutes it. Give the surface 30 seconds of firm drying. This one small step dramatically improves your results. Next, mix your solution. Pour the hydrogen peroxide into your clean spray bottle. Add the half teaspoon of salt directly into the bottle. Close the bottle and give it a gentle shake for about 10 seconds until the salt is mostly dissolved. Your mixture is now ready. Do not make this in bulk and store it. Hydrogen peroxide loses its oxidizing power when exposed to light and air over time. Always make it fresh before use. Now apply the mixture generously to the mold-affected area. Spray it on until the surface is visibly wet but not dripping. Do not wipe it immediately. This is a mistake most people make. You need to let the solution sit and work. Leave it for a minimum of 10 minutes. For heavy mold growth or porous surfaces like grout and wood, leave it for 20 minutes. During this time, the hydrogen peroxide is actively breaking down the mold cells. You might see slight fizzing. That is the oxygen being released. That fizzing means it is working. After the waiting period, take your stiff brush or old toothbrush and scrub the area in firm circular motions. You will notice the mold lifting away. The dark staining may lighten significantly during this step. Do not rush this. Spend a full 2 to 3 minutes scrubbing each affected area. Pay extra attention to grout lines, corners, and textured surfaces where mold roots deeper. Then wipe the area clean with a dry cloth. Inspect the surface. For mild mold cases, one application is enough. For severe cases or deeply stained grout, repeat the entire spray weight scrub process one more time immediately. A second application on stubborn areas increases effectiveness dramatically. Finally, after cleaning, leave the area as dry and ventilated as possible. Open a window, run a fan. The combination of your treatment and reduced moisture is what makes this permanent. One important thing to never do: do not mix this solution with bleach or any other cleaning product. Hydrogen peroxide and bleach together create a dangerous chemical reaction. Use this method on its own exactly as described. Keep it simple, keep it safe, and watch it work. Thousands of people have tried this exact method, and the results speak for themselves. One viewer from Ohio wrote to say she had battled mold in her basement bathroom for 6 straight years. She had spent over $400 on professional treatments and store products. She tried this method once on a Saturday morning. By Sunday, the surface was clean. She came back 3 months later, 0 regrowth, not a single black spot. Another viewer saved $800 using this method after a contractor quoted him $850 for professional mold removal in his laundry room. His total cost? $180. The before and after he shared was almost unbelievable. Walls that looked permanently stained were bright white, again within a single afternoon. The results last far longer than any commercial product. Because you're not just cleaning the surface, you're eliminating the biological structure of the mold and chemically altering the surface conditions. People who use this method consistently report results lasting 1 to 3 years with no reapplication. Some surfaces, especially tiles and non-porous walls, stay completely mold-free indefinitely when paired with basic ventilation habits. This information is still being suppressed. Search for it on major retail platforms, and you will find page after page of expensive products being pushed at you. The algorithm is paid to show you what corporations want you to buy, but word is spreading. People are waking up. The cleaning industry knows that if this method goes fully mainstream, they lose billions, which is exactly why you need to share this video right now with everyone you know who has ever dealt with mold. They deserve to know. And it costs them nothing but 2 minutes and $2 to change their situation forever. If this opened your eyes today, hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second, and it helps this information reach people who are still wasting hundreds of dollars on products that do not work. And subscribe, because what I am exposing next week goes even deeper. I'm going to show you the hidden ingredient that major toothpaste brands have quietly removed from their formula, and what you can add back at home for pennies to get results dentists charge $300 for. You do not want to miss that one. Before you go, here is your final shocking tip. The number one reason mold comes back after any treatment is not the cleaning method. It is humidity. If your bathroom or basement air stays above 60% humidity, mold will always return eventually. A basic digital hygrometer costs $8 online. Buy one. Place it in your problem room. If humidity regularly hits above 60%, run a small dehumidifier or simply crack a window for 20 minutes after showers. That one habit, combined with this $2 treatment, makes mold a permanent thing of the past in your home. You now know what the cleaning industry does not want you to know. You have the method, you have the science, you have the power to fix this yourself for almost nothing. Go do it today. Your home and your family deserve better than what they have been selling you.